Et bonjour tout le monde. Comment est-ce que vous m'entendez? On parle live maintenant. Bonjour Elias. Est-ce que tu
Hello,
m'entends?
hello, comment vas-tu?
J'aime
Ben
ça
oui,
quand
ben
ça
oui, yes sir.
marche. Bienvenue à tout le monde qui se joigne à nous en ce moment. Écoutez, comme tout le monde, on est un peu confiné à la maison, mais on s'est dit, il n'y a rien qui nous empêche de rester en contact avec la communauté. On a lancé un petit concept avec Montréal New Tech, au sein de Montréal New Tech, en fait, qui est à chaque semaine de faire un recap de ce qui s'est passé dans l'écosystème montréalais et aussi d'en profiter pour s'attarder à quelques initiatives, startups qui nous ont marqués ou projets qu'on trouve ambitieux, dont on veut discuter. Et ultimement aussi vous dire à quoi vous préparer pour la semaine prochaine. Le format va être un peu en mélange de français-anglais en fonction de la sauce montréalaise du jour. Donc, Ilias, est-ce que tu veux commencer avec le recap pardon, de la semaine? Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé de bon?
Le recap de la semaine, je pense que c'est une grande question. There are so many things going on, mais on va essayer de donner quelques highlights, on va dire. Le recap, that would be a
OK.
big word. We'll keep that for a 2 hours discussion. But yeah, so big highlights of the week of what's happened. You all know that a lot of are going on. We're trying to adapt on our ecosystem side for what's going on around COVID. There are a whole bunch of initiatives. The government has been very fast at reacting, our ecosystem as well. But sometimes the initiatives are not exactly aligned with the needs of the startups. And we're very lucky to have both Bonjour Startup Montréal, le MAIN, le mouvement des accélérateurs et incubateurs d'innovation du Québec, qui a donné une très très belle initiative, une lettre pour le gouvernement pour justement mettre de l'avant les besoins et inviter le gouvernement à revoir peut-être certaines des mesures d'aide pour les entrepreneurs. Donc, c'est sur la MAIN Québec, mainqc.com. Il y a une open letter to support our startups. Go and sign it, whether you're a startup, an incubator accelerator, or even an individual. Go and sign their letter. They've been doing a great job at advocating on behalf of the startups. I guess we'll share the link somewhere here or here or here. I don't know.
We'll put in the show
That's one.
footnotes, and right now you can see the website.
Absolutely. And speaking of resources or a recap of the week, there are a lot of events and webinars and a whole bunch of things going on. It doesn't mean that you're home, that you can't actually be part of what's going on. So please check the calendar and a quick recap of what's happened in the last couple days. Of course, there are all the incubation accelerators, etc., and also the community players have moved their programming online. A whole bunch of use of Zoom. And among others, our friends at District 3 who invited Samafar from Real Venture, as well as, what's his name? I have a bad memory and I can't read on the screen. So, but it's Philippe Marcotte from Dr. B to speak about this adjustment that are needed around business models, etc., to adapt for the crisis. I know we have an amazing guest that is also going to talk about this kind of like need of pivoting as well. As soon as we get the feed of the webinar itself and the discussion, we'll share it with you guys. But of course, like register for the calendar not to miss any good events that is upcoming for next week. We'll get to that. And speaking of resources for startups, there is the help list. So what started after COVID, where unfortunately we had a whole bunch of people who were either laid off or like having less work, or startups having to pivot, etc. Sometimes it's difficult to navigate the resources available. So a few community players from Ontario put together a spreadsheet with talent. We're going to share the spreadsheet, and we shared it a bunch of times in our Facebook group. But you can go on the Facebook group Montreal plus Startup to see about the list and all the talent that you can put there. But after that, couple of days afterwards, they created a whole website thanks to the movement around the community itself, and it's called thehelplist.ca. Check thehelplist.ca for a whole bunch of resources as well as talent. You can add yourself if you're looking for a job or a tech position or a project for now. And it's
Elias, I must admit, it was really impressive to see that website growing. Like it literally started with
yeah.
an Excel sheet, and every time we connected, it grew, and now it looks like a very legit website with a lot of interesting links and resources. Honestly, that's really amazing to see.
That's the power of communities, and I
Yeah.
think what I love about this kind of initiatives, it's like it's organic, it's grassroots at the beginning, but then you always need kind of like a more structured support to make it to the next level, and that's what the help list is. And it's a nonprofit initiative uh, supported by the BDC. And speaking of the BDC,
Mhm.
there is actually on the latest news a couple days ago, it was announced that the BDC launched the Capital Bridge financing program. So as we all know, we've been seeing this kind of like support both from the federal, provincial, municipal level, the CDPQ that launched the $4 billion initiatives and others, but sometimes they don't fit exactly what's going on. So if you're a startup and you're backed by 500K of investment, or like $500,000 at least, then you have this opportunity to actually apply through it and have this kind of support that is definitely very relevant for you as well. Yeah, how do the link sharing works, mon cher Valentin? Parce que
So
moi,
if
ouais,
yeah, you have to
je peux pas
trust
comme
me.
dire HTTP, ouais, HTTP,
Okay,
etc. Là, tu veux
so
bien, là, ça risque d'être un petit peu compliqué, là.
So for those who are watching this, it's pretty easy. In the show footnotes, à la fin, dans la description de l'événement, you'll actually see a link, and it relates to Montreal New Tech, master document of all resources, and you'll see we created a tab for all the resources that we share during those webcasts. You'll have a link. So just simply go at the end of the post, and you'll see show footnotes, and all the great stuff is there.
Okay. Um, by the way,
Perfect.
how does it work for the comments and stuff? Like if we want to share it
Ah,
or get people to, because like what
perfect.
I see, I'm like, this is like a lot of screens and technology. And
Yeah,
sorry,
we're
I'm just
getting
like
started.
part of this kind of like, yeah. How does it work? So if
So
someone comments, or like,
So
yeah.
right now, if people are following us on Facebook and you guys put some comments, we'll actually see them. And at the end, right after so this section is about 15 minutes, right, where we go through those different recaps of the week and things to do. If you guys want, we can, if enough people commented, we can have a little chit chat with the community. That would be lovely. So get those comments on Facebook started. That would be amazing. Cool.
Oh, okay. So
So
it's
we
on the
talked about
Facebook page of Montreal New Tech.
Exactly. So on Montreal New Tech, we're
Oh,
also sharing on YouTube, but I assume that it's going to be on Facebook for this one.
okay,
You also want to
wonderful.
talk about the BSM spreadsheet, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely. So
So
speaking
what
of
about that?
resources, I know there are a lot of things going on. So obviously, Bonjour Startup Montréal, it's a nonprofit organization that was launched about a year ago, and they launched this kind of spreadsheet that recaps a whole bunch of resources that are available, and a lot of people are engaging with this spreadsheet and maintaining it up to date. So if you go on the tab, I think financement, like go left, all the way left, now the tabs. So they maintain all the financing support that is available. So shout out to our friends at Bonjour Startup Montréal for maintaining and curating this. Everybody can contribute, and they can also go on their their Slack actually. If you go on bonjourstartup.mtl.ca/Slack, you can join their COVID Slack and you can interact and like ask your questions and stuff like that. It's very important to contribute to those things to be able as much as possible to be holistic. Now I know this a lot of resources, and it would be lovely to actually have a good recap of everything said here. I don't know, Valentin, if we want to share like all this information, is there a way for our
Yeah.
viewers to actually have a look at it without playing Easter bunny eggs going everywhere on the web? I know it's Easter,
So
je
the
sais que
show,
sur
look at the
ici,
show
on va pas.
footnotes. Look at the show
Okay.
footnotes, and we'll also put it in the comments. Right under the video, I would assume. So you guys can take a look at all those things, and we'll add the BSM Slack is a good idea. We'll add it there. That's why we do the live, right? Every time something pops up, we can add it up, and that's a good example because a lot of people right now for introverted, I like to joke that for introverted, this situation we've been training in social isolation for years, so we're good. But if you're an extroverted and you really need that extra human contact. This is like a surprising amount of resources and community that's getting built right now. The Slack for BSM is an interesting way to get started as well. So let's jump on the next section. So the section we go
Yes,
right
sir.
after that is the deep dive. And the goal of the deep dive is to take one startup, one project, one initiative, and to just spend a few minutes talking only about that. So far what we did is a quick recap. Let's stop for 1 second, and I want to bring on the table Rita. Rita, hi there.
Hi
Can you hear
there,
me
how
all
are you
good?
guys?
That's perfect. Can you just quickly recenter to
There
our
you go.
standards? Perfect. So I'm
Hey,
curious.
Rita, long time.
Yeah. So Rita, you've been busy. You work on something in the last few days specifically. Can you tell more about it?
Yeah, sure. We at my Lean Startup Circle started an initiative which kind of started because I'm also doing some mentoring, a lot of business mentoring. In the last few weeks, I've been talking to entrepreneurs that have been hit really, really hard by this. And ones that we saw that are actually doing better are the ones that are finding projects to work on. So if you can have a project to work on, and all of the entrepreneurs are living this in a very different way. Some really don't want to work on their own businesses. Others need to work on their businesses. So what we looked at with the team at Lean Startup said, okay, how can we help these guys do something that is a project during the quarantine period, not like a long-term project, because too much uncertainty out there. So let's work on what we know is happening in the next few weeks. So we decided to put together an initiative called Pivot 19. It's really to help you find a new project or pivot on your existing project uh, but only during the time of the quarantine. So who is this for? Like I said, it's mostly for entrepreneurs that have experienced a very important slowdown in their business. If you're going as like, you've got new opportunities or you've got a lot of projects going on, you might not have time for this. But especially for the entrepreneurs that are kind of stuck at home, they had to lay off most of their team. They've done what they could to secure their finances for their project, and now it's at the okay, now what stage. This is for them. And it's also for people who are at home, not necessarily either maybe they worked in a startup or they work somewhere else and they're at home now and they're thinking, I have this project that was been in the back of my mind for the longest time, and I want to work on that project now that I have time to do that. So what we've put together is a series of live webinars, video content, as well as coaching and peer-to-peer groups. And it's going to happen during the next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, on the 14th and 15th. On the 14th, we're going to be introducing what content we have and also a little guide for those who want to follow it of the few steps to do your project. And we're going to focus mainly on the strategy of the project. So your business model, look at your environment. We're really going to look at effectuation, working with what you have, because, we can't go out and get a whole bunch of stuff and go but this being said, it is a perfect time to also validate your business project, because people have a lot of time to talk to you right now, and they're actually happy to talk to you and maybe contribute to your project as well. So all of this put together is going to be an initiative with a lot of content, but a lot of peer-to-peer groups as well that can get together and work together if they want. And we're going to have the aspect of coaching. We're going to have entrepreneurs, more seasoned entrepreneurs that are offering their time to validate your idea, your project, your business model, and also hopefully have some contacts to help you set it in motion.
Oh, that's really great. And the thing I want to highlight is it's normal for people who work on a startup right now that it's normal if you feel confused. It's normal if that's not your natural habitat. You're out there, you're like networking, you're like creating ideas. And if you feel that you're stuck, you actually can use that time to say, I finally have a bit of time off. Can I reconnect? Can I expand my network? And this is a very great initiative for that. How many people? So you guys have been working on that since how long right now?
For actually Lean Startup Circle, that's how we do it for about 5 days. So
5 days.
we're doing it last minute all the time. We're doing it les moyens du bord, how we can do it. But this being said, we have a great team of like 6 people working on this project. But it's not only ourselves. We went and got the community involved. So we have great partners. We have Desjardins Lab and the Cooperaton, are offering us the Zoom account so that we can have up to 100 participants during the webinar, and also some content from Dr. Joyce from the lab. We have a lot of community players that are also offering. We have the Club des Mamans du Québec, des Mamans Entrepreneurs du Québec, that is going to join us and also have their own part of their own content within the Pivot 19 initiative. We have other players like Ton Équipier, Jean-Philippe Sicard. We have Bourrasque Innovation, Antoine Bourassa. We have Julie Delille from École de gestion, de sciences de la gestion de l'UQAM, a teacher there who has also done content, and Marie-Ange Masson, who's helping us plan and also giving us some content. So there's going to be quite a lot of content that's going to be offered to the, and it's, of course, it's all free because everybody in the community is offering this for free. So thank you a lot to all of our partners to offer this for free to us. And the entrepreneurs are going to be able to either follow the guide if they want, or pick and choose whatever content they need in order to get their projects moving. But we're going to really focus, like I said, on starting the project, not necessarily developing it. But I think there's another initiative coming up that is going to be great if you want to follow up and develop that initiative, though.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Elias, do you have a question?
Yeah, I actually have a quick question. Like, come on. No, man, that's very exciting. And I'm very, like with being stuck at home or being stuck with your home office, having this kind of energy and initiative and like thinking of new potential to help either pivot or launch new projects or startups, and seeing like what's happening as COVID more as something that we're powerless against, but rather as an opportunity to seize, to transform yourself, to grow, as well as like to seize the day, carpe diem in a way, to launch a new startup. I think it's amazing, and seeing your enthusiasm and energy and being able to bring all those people together around that, that's very refreshing. Unfortunately, we cannot be outside, but the energy you're bringing inside is just as awesome. J'ai une question par rapport à ça, pardon.
Oui, en français.
Oui, j'ai une question par rapport à ça.
On peut continuer en français. Ceci étant dit, on veut garder, c'est sûr qu'on veut aller vers le projet, vers le positif, vers tout ça. Il faut comprendre, par contre, que c'est peut-être pas tous les entrepreneurs qui sont capables d'aller, de se remonter, parce qu'il y en a qui ont pris vraiment des coups durs, qui savent qu'ils ont perdu leur entreprise pendant ce temps-là. Et ceci étant dit, c'est correct d'aller à votre rythme et de le faire à votre rythme. C'est pour ça que tout le contenu qu'on va faire va être en ligne, disponible en ligne par la suite, et ils pourront le faire à leur rythme. Nous, on va condenser ça parce que si ceux qui ont l'énergie, qui veulent faire le projet, c'est bien d'avoir la cadence, d'avoir le rythme et de le faire rapidement quand ils le peuvent, parce que si on fait ça pendant la période COVID, on s'attend, on s'espère que ce ne sera pas plus que quelques semaines. Mais ceci étant dit, ceux qui veulent aller plus tranquillement vont avoir accès aussi au contenu en ligne et pourront le faire par la suite à leur rythme également.
C'est parfait. Merci, Rita. Et c'est vrai que c'est important de rester, pour les entrepreneurs dont ça ralentit en ce moment, alors leurs activités, restez occupés, profitez de l'occasion pour vous former, profitez de l'occasion. Ça se passe dans la tête, il y a plein d'idées, etc. Peut-être en temps normal, on est occupé sur un projet, mais là, on a l'occasion de peut-être prototyper, se ramener un peu de l'innovation sur des nouvelles idées ou aider d'autres collègues qui, eux, passent par une étape difficile à peut-être brainstormer des idées avec eux, etc. C'est à ça que ça sert la communauté. Rita, on te garde pour plus tard, dans la dernière section. Donc, je t'invite à rester en ligne et je repasse à Elias. Parfait?
Parfait.
Merci.
Merci, Rita. Ouais, écoute, effectivement, c'était un beau deep dive sur cette nouvelle initiative-là pour justement créer de l'innovation dans ce sens. Mais du coup, il y a des choses qui se passent la semaine prochaine. Et là, est-ce qu'on parle un petit peu de what's coming up next week?
Oui, avant ça, très important, il y a quelqu'un qui a pris le temps de souligner ton T-shirt. Donc, je fais un appel à Sofiane. Sofiane, tu as été déconcentré par Get Shit Done ici. au Get Shirt Done, si on veut respecter les règles
Uh,
de bonne séance de Facebook. Oui, parfait. Donc, la dernière section qu'on a
that's actually a Shopify t-shirt that was for a hackathon or something like that. And speaking of
Ouais.
Shopify, like there are few initiatives that are local initiatives helping, such as Shopify giving away free use of their platform, Lightspeed Retail giving away $500 for their employees to consume local, etc. And we love this kind of spirit. So yeah, get it done as what Rita is inviting all the
Perfect.
entrepreneurs to do as well.
That's Elias. If you have a few seconds after the show, can you write some of those down in the show footnotes or in the comments? I'm sure some people are like ridiculously curious right now. So that section here is the section called next. I'm getting used to the. I know how to use my hands. It's just reverted camera. Okay. So essentially, yeah. So the next section is okay. We talked about a bunch of very interesting things, but it doesn't stop here. Based on the discussion we had, there's a lot of activities or interesting initiatives that we kind of are on our radar. In Montreal New Tech, we spend a lot of time looking at what's going on in the community. Elias, go far away.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, is that fine? I don't know how like
Yeah.
the
All
Zoom
right.
works
Yeah.
to
Stay
myself.
centered.
Anyway,
Yeah.
okay, that's good. So yeah, so there are, as we
No,
said, like there are a
Elias,
whole bunch
sit
of
down.
things coming up. No, sit down. It's difficult
We
to
tried.
say sit put for
It's
like
hard.
that.
It's hard.
I know.
Go, go,
We
go.
try. Yeah, no. Anyway, so yeah, absolutely. So of course, there are a lot of initiatives to support the existing startups to help with what is already, whether it's a pivot or financial support, as we discussed earlier. But there are also others that are seizing this opportunity to tackle it through the action. And of course, what better way to get into the action than through a hackathon? So very, very excited to bounce ideas, build projects, whether you're a hacker, developer, designer, business person, a citizen alike. Everybody's invited for next weekend. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there is the Ensemble versus Virus, together versus the and you can join this awesome initiative that is in Vancouver, Ontario for now, but I'm sure other provinces will join. And it is in collaboration with the initiative that happened in Germany, as well as the Swiss initiative. And it's really awesome to see like, the whole world coming up together. This weekend, currently, right now, there is the Hack the Crisis, the global hack happening around the world. Next weekend, there is the Together versus Virus happening. So again, like I invite you to register on Together vs virus.ca. We'll add the link here. And definitely looking to spend the weekend with you guys and ladies to tackle the issues around COVID, whether it's the current issues or to prevent the next pandemic from happening or else. So all the creativity is welcome. I don't know if you can check on the website, but there are like about 12 subjects that are related to the SDGs, sustainable, interesting stuff. And for people who actually want to move that forward, it's an awesome opportunity as well to join potentially after the cooperaton. There is stuff coming up as well here in our ecosystem. So starting from the hackathon, then moving through a pipeline to maintain the momentum for you. And of course, to be aware of everything that's happening, because I know there is a lot of stuff happening. Definitely invite you to join the calendar. So here or here or here. Je suis inclusif des directions, mais
Exactly.
this way. So this way.
So yeah,
Anyway,
let's talk
so,
about
yeah.
Calendar 2.0 then.
So very simple way. I have my awesome colleague Andy, who spends half of his week, almost exaggerating a bit, but quand même, scouting the web, getting all the events that are happening, everything that is going on, and to be super relevant for you, and all the events that are coming up. So join. It's I think we can share the link here, but it's basically you can go on the website montrealnewtech.com/calendar, or we'll share with you a link so that you can register depending on your interests and to be sure that you're not missing any opportunity for you. Now is the right time to learn, grow, experiment, etc. So please seize this moment. Be in touch if you have any question or if you have any events that you want to promote or get going. If it's relevant, we do a bit of curation for our community. We know our community. So yeah. Second thing, speaking of communities, there is our Facebook group, Montreal Startups, wonderful group that you can join. We talked earlier about the Bonjour Startup Slack, especially around COVID, and the Facebook group that we help run as well has about 10,000 people. a really great community if you want to like share opportunities as well as like discuss your challenges, stay in the loop with what's happening in our ecosystem, whether you're from Montreal or around Quebec, soit à Montréal ou à travers le Québec. Je pense que c'est une très belle, c'est une très belle communauté pour justement échanger, apprendre, s'entraider mutuellement. C'est le moment de s'entraider. Puis je pense qu'on est pas mal tous pognés à être en ligne 80% de notre temps. Donc profitez-en pour apprendre, expérimenter et croître ensemble et se supporter mutuellement.
Exact. Et ce que j'aime, je veux juste souligner, ce que j'adore avec ce groupe Facebook, par exemple, vous l'avez vu tout à l'heure quand je montrais à l'écran, en fait, je vais le remettre. La qualité de l'animation, c'est les gens participent, les gens s'invitent à la discussion, les gens écrivent des longs messages où ils ne font pas juste promouvoir leur startup, mais ils offrent de l'aide, ils prennent le temps d'élaborer, de discuter. Écoutez, le nombre de posts par jour est assez vertigineux, mais c'est pas ce qui m'intéresse, ce que je trouve impressionnant, c'est pas juste la quantité, c'est les gens prennent le temps d'écrire, de partager leur expérience. Donc, venez aspirer un peu cette expertise-là, venez vous en nourrir. Et Rita, je vais introduire Rita, on avait promis de te reprendre. Les gens cette semaine, pour la semaine prochaine, ils devraient probablement jeter un coup d'œil à un certain site en particulier ou à un événement en particulier. Est-ce que tu aurais une idée de quel événement j'ai en tête?
Ouais, moi, l'événement s'appelle l'hackathon. Alors, ce serait la continuation parfaite de justement le pivot 19. Quand vous avez commencé, vous avez une idée de votre projet. Et là, c'est le temps de le mettre de faire vivre ce projet-là. Il faut aller chercher une belle équipe dans le cadre du hackathon, si ça tombe dans les projets, dans les types de thèmes que l'hackathon fait. Alors, je pense que ce serait un lien excellent de passer de pivot 19 qui aura lieu le mardi, mercredi et jeudi au week-end ensuite pour faire le hackathon.
Parfait,
Génial.
parfait. Donc, écoute, merci.
You learn on Thursday and you get shit done on the weekend.
Pardon me? I can't hear you.
Je disais, tu apprends mardi, mercredi, puis I get shit done on the weekend.
That's right.
Parfait. Merci Rita. Et parfait, on fera un check-in de temps en temps avec toi pour voir comment ça se passe. Parfait. Salut. Wow! Écoute, on arrive à la fin de la section. Tu as trouvé ça comment? C'était un premier live, Ilias. Tu as trouvé ça comment?
Ben écoute, pour un essai, je trouve c'était vraiment pas mal. Merci de l'invitation, Valentin. Ça n'a pas bugué, etc. Donc maintenant, il va falloir réviser.
Oui, c'est rare que les choses ne bug pas comme ça.
Comment?
C'est rare que les choses ne bug pas du premier coup au premier essai. Donc, on est chanceux,
Ouais, exact. Ben écoute, si ça marche bien puis que les gens apprécient, on pourrait le faire une autre fois. Mais justement, ça amène la question de savoir quand est-ce qu'on le fait et à quel moment, qu'est-ce qui arrange le plus les gens. Puis honnêtement, on peut essayer plein de trucs, etc. Mais dans un esprit justement Lean Startup, on vient d'avoir Rita avec nous là, mais dans l'esprit, je sais pas trop à quel moment le faire ou autre. Là.
Donc, voici ce qu'on fait, nous, à Montréal New Tech, quand on n'est pas sûr. On se dit, on peut en parler entre nous, mais on adore la communauté. We love the community we have here in Montreal. So what about you guys tell us what works better as a schedule for you? So what we aimed for was Friday at 3 p.m. That looked like it made sense when we talked about it, but hey, you guys are online, you know better than us. You're actually watching it right now. So should we keep it at the same time slot? Should we kind of shift it earlier, sooner?
Or day,
Friday?
or language. Day,
exactly.
Language.
Français, anglais, est-ce que vous voulez que... Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? Aidez-nous. Si je regarde un peu les commentaires qu'on a, bon, c'est sûr, on a Alejandro qui nous approuve, Andy qui nous approuve, Sophia. Bon, c'est gentil. Je vois qu'on a mis aussi certains commentaires par rapport au lien. Ça, j'adore. Merci à Gwen qui faisait ça. Donc, n'hésitez pas à rajouter des commentaires. Dites-nous ce que vous voulez, qu'est-ce que vous voulez voir sur le site. On fait cet événement-là, ce webcast, pour vous, en fait, pour la communauté. Donc, je rappelle le concept. À chaque semaine, on se retrouve. On fait un recap de la semaine. Ensuite, on prend un sujet, une startup, une initiative. Idéalement, une entrevue, c'est génial de donner cette tribune-là. Et ensuite, on s'attarde un peu aux événements qui s'en viennent. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut faire? Qu'est-ce qu'on doit planifier un peu? C'est pas parce qu'on est en confinement en ce moment qu'il n'y a pas d'activité. Je pense que tu peux le témoigner, Ilias. Au contraire, il y a une accessibilité hallucinante. Plein d'entreprises ou de startups qui devaient inviter des experts à la place offrent ces experts-là en ligne. C'est magnifique en ce moment. Parfait.
Puis honnêtement, juste super vite, mais que ce soit le vote, on peut le faire par le groupe Facebook. Pareil, tu sais, on n'avait pas, tu sais, le lien avec tous les, pardon, l'endroit avec tous les liens de ce dont on a parlé aujourd'hui, on peut le mettre sur le spreadsheet dont on parlait justement, pour que les gens puissent y aller directement, puis peut-être rajouter d'autres ressources, des choses comme ça. Parce que justement, tu sais, que ce soit les ressources de Bonjour Startup, du mouvement des accélérateurs, des autres communautés, District 3, etc., ce serait vraiment bon pas de les avoir dans les commentaires, mais vraiment dans un spreadsheet ou un truc comme ça. Donc c'est collaboratif, ça marche mieux pour les votes ou pour le moment, ben, trouver une bonne manière d'avoir le vote, là, pas juste les gens qui sont là avec nous tout de suite, mais plus par la suite. Peut-être que Andy pourrait mettre ça dans la newsletter ou autre. Quelque chose, restez vraiment au courant parce que ça bouge très très vite. And I think like this is really really important. It moves very fast. I'm not asking you to be online all the time. I suck at it, by the way. But try to keep a pulse on it. I know that there is a collaboration between like Cooperaton, Bonjour Startup, Google that will be announced shortly. So there are really interesting things going on. Seize the day, seize the moment, take the advantage of this situation where we're stuck at home and to learn, grow, share with each other, and hopefully actually seize this as an opportunity to build something that is meaningful, that have a tangible impact and then can solve something in the long term.
It's perfect. And thank you guys. So the goal was to do 15 minutes. Of course, this is the first edition, so we had to spend some time to presenting. Also, I'm working here with here with Elias. For anyone who tried to work with him, time management and Elias is 3 different concepts. But considering that it's the first edition,
it's the product of generosity.
Hey, I think that was an amazing live. Thank you guys, and see you.
Thank you very, very much. Merci pour l'invitation.
Ciao, ciao, guys.